Hiya folks, it's Rich here, just a super quick video update for those who are interested. I don't know where you would be, but if you are, hello. If you're not, don't worry, goodbye. So, my Chapman Cap 10 America is with Tom, the guitar tech. Hiya Tom, we've been back and forth on what I'd like Tom to do with that one. Needs a setup, so all the general stuff which he'll do and make it perfect, but the big ticket items are turning it into more of a gold looking beast. I like my gold hardware, as you know, so it's having Goto Magnum gold locking tunes, they're the golden sort of brush metal, gold roller string trees, gold strap buttons, the same ones on this Harley Benton, I think actually, the mushroomy ones from Goto, gold jack input jack plate, gold trem arm, gold screws all over it. The only thing we're not changing is the bridge, which we looked at doing a gold one, but the one that's on it is a decent Wilkinson trem as it is, and it's a mixture. It's a metal color. I can't remember. It's chrome. It's probably all brushed. I think it's chrome and brass saddles, which is kind of goldishy looking. So it's going to be a mixture of sort of gold and metal looking. But I'm changing the buttons to a couple of little white ones, knobs instead of the silver chromy ones that are on it, and then a full setup, usual stuff that Tom's really good at. So that will come back, and that could well be my #1 guitar, because I have all those lovely tones. I love the look of it in that sort of Sienna sunburst that someone suggested kind of is a Fender Sienna sunburst. Yes, I'm really looking forward to having that back. He's also got my MR3 Pro. Nothing wrong with it per se. I had it in March. I've done nothing to it, just played it out of the box. So, I need some new strings. When I took it around to Tom, he said it needs a little bit of neck relief. The action at the nut to touch high, so we might have a little tinker with that. There is a bit of cracking on the volume pot, which I guess it's just got dusty where it's been sat around. So yeah, just a bit of a general setup and love on that. So those two will come back, and I love the neck on that guitar. Has taken me a while to get used to because it's pretty chunky, but the pickups sound absolutely fantastic, and I still love the look of that guitar. So I think between that and the Cap 10, I'll probably have all I need. And then I've got my lovely Mina here, my Harley Benton with the same strings that Tom put on it over a year ago, which does different things and I love. So I'm actually going to sell this. Now, nothing wrong with that guitar. It's weird, when I got it, really excited, and still am. It's a beautiful looking guitar, but the ML3 standard that it replaced had an ebony fretboard, same as this, but it was virtually black, and it was just a bit smoother. It was an older one. I don't know if it's made in a different factory, and it just felt slightly nicer to play. I wasn't that keen on that particular flame top on that one. I like the look of this one. So it's funny, one feels nicer to play, and the pickups on it are a tiny bit darker, which when I first got it and I played this, I preferred these slightly brighter ones on here, but I don't now actually. So I think actually the other one that I preferred slightly the sound of the how it sounded, and definitely how it played, versus this one, but I much prefer how this looks. Can't win. But I'm thinking it's probably not really going to be a place for this when my other two come back, because the pickup configuration is so versatile. I've got coil split on Mina as well. I'm just not too sure where this will fit in. Okay, it's 24 frets, and I won't have a 24 fret guitar, but I'm not too bothered about that. Anyway, I'm hardly ever right up here, so it doesn't really matter. So, and obviously it changes the position of where the 12th fret is for you. So, yeah, and it'll also get rid of this will help pave the way to paying for the goodies that Tom's doing for me as well. Not that he charges a fortune, but it all costs money. Incidentally, Tom the guitar tech, I'll put a link. Absolutely brilliant. I've spoken about him many times before, and you'll have seen him on a couple of my videos a year ago when he had some guitars off me. If you need anything doing and you're in the UK and you're nowhere near him, he's in South West Midlands, you can post your stuff to him and he'll post it back. Everything from complicated, a complete refret and electronic stuff to just basic setup, whatever you need. Tom, he's your man. So that's that. I may consider getting a full-on metal guitar, like maybe a Chapman Ghost Fret or something Ibanez or Jackson, and do a down tune. And I still keep thinking, I'm terrible at power chords, but Jason Stallworth's Metal Apprentice course I've been thinking of on and off, and I'm now following a guy on YouTube who's a doom metaler, so that might be quite fun. So maybe, but chances are for the time being it will be Mina and my other two Chapmans, and to some degree I'm getting a bit bored with guitar really. I'm sort of stuck. Steve Cassidy, hi Steve, if you're watching, has been helping me with some lessons, which is great, but it's obvious now with my guitar playing, I've got a bit quicker at moving around and got a bit better over the last year, I suppose, but really I'm sort of stuck, and I need some of the fundamentals that I've skipped. I need to know the root notes better on the neck. I need to know more chords, more notes, I need to use a metronome, learn my scales better, do all the things that you need to do if I really want to move on. And to be honest, I just can't be asked. I get bored of stuff quickly, as you know. And the whole reason that I skipped doing any of those things to start with is because that's just hard work, isn't it? Just hard work. It's like, yeah, I don't know, but I need to do it. So I'm just getting a bit bored. So we'll see. So I'm thinking maybe doing a prescribed little course for a while, just to have something a bit different to do. I don't know. Pedal board, just quickly as well on that. I sold all my pedals and left with my wah 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 and my Boss RT10R and the foot switch for the amp. And the idea with the foot switch for the amp was to program a load of tones in it and just click them on the foot switch and get what I want, instead of going, because normally I'll put, with the pedals I had, I'd put on one of the overdrives or maybe two together, occasionally the metal pedal, which I wasn't keen on really, distortion one, or you know, a variety of things. And I just thought, well, why not I just save a load of tones into the amp that I like and then just recall them. And that's sort of working. It's not quite as fun as having pedals, and I still haven't quite got all the tones I really want in the amp saved in the pedal. The pedal's got 4 switches on it, so you can move between those. But if you were in one particular sound and you thought, oh, do you know what, I want a bit more reverb or a bit more delay, you have to press and hold one of the switches to change the bank and move on. So it's not quite as intuitive, but it might still be okay. As for the Boss RT10R, as somebody rightly said, Rich, that's tech. It is. I just haven't got around to working out how to use it properly. The drum stuff in it, I don't, you know, I can get to play, but how you can edit it and make them how you want them, hence Dave Simpson doing all his backing tracks on them. Just haven't got around to that yet, really. It's also, I've also got to unplug it every time I turn the amp off. Doesn't, not like the rest of the amp or pedals, and just kind of switch off and it's dead. You have to unplug it, which sounds daft, but it's just a bit of a pain. And the power pack gets hot too. And the other thing with it is, if I put a little loop on the clean channel, and then of course I press the dirty, the whole thing sounds dirty as it comes out, which probably sounds daft, and I'm sure there's a way of not having that happen. Maybe you need a separate amp that you plug the looper into, don't know, but yeah. So I haven't really worked it out, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep it, whether I've got the patience for it. It's nice to have the option for a loop, but if I'm not going to work out how to use everything properly and use the drums, it's an expensive just looper, and I could sell that and buy just a cheap looper if I wanted it, really. So yeah, not too sure what's going on with pedals. That's kind of that. Probably the next thing, if I don't just get a metal guitar, is going to be a drum kit.